This mom handed over every last cent she had to her son, hoping he'd use it to pay down his gambling debts. But Jim didn't pay the loan sharks a dime. Instead, he headed straight for the casino. He placed a 10,000 euro bet and hit blackjack on the very first round. Jim figured his luck had finally turned around, so he just kept on betting. Then the inevitable happened. He lost every bit of the 260,000 euros his mom had given him. As the days went by, Jim still couldn't pay his debt, and the loan sharks kidnapped him. Even with Black's threats, Jim wasn't scared. He had nothing left to lose. All he had left was a life that felt worthless. But Black didn't care about Jim's life. He just wanted his money back. Black cooked up a plan. Jim had a student named Ellen, who was a star on the university basketball team. Jim could talk Ellen into keeping the score within 7 points in the championship game, and their debt would be forgiven. Jim went to Ellen, and to his shock, Ellen said yes. It was just controlling the score, not throwing the game. And Ellen didn't see that as game fixing. To make sure Ellen held up his end, Jim promised him a 150,000 euro reward once the deal went through. But how could Jim, broke as he was, come up with that kind of cash? Jim decided to hit up the casino boss and boldly asked for a 150,000 euro loan. The old man was livid, but Jim kept pushing, demanding the loan.
Ti prego, dimmi che tua moglie la picchi più forte, mammoletta. Devi darmi 150.000 dollari.
Finally, the boss caved to Jim's stubbornness and lent him the cash. But this wasn't Jim's only plan. He borrowed 200,000 euros from another loan shark, gave 150,000 euros to Ellen, then bet the remaining 50,000 euros on Ellen's performance in the basketball game. Ellen pulled it off, keeping the score within 7 points. And Jim's debt to Black was wiped clean. But the money he won from that bet still wasn't nearly enough to cover all his debts. So Jim set up a meeting with both the casino boss and the loan shark. He brought what little money he had left to the casino and decided to bet it all on one last roulette spin. This time, no other games, just roulette.
Tutto sul nero.
He pulled out stacks of cash, all on Black. Both bosses watched him nervously, hoping Jim would win. His life was useless to them anyway. The ball spun, then landed on Black. The whole casino erupted in cheers. Jim let out a sigh of relief, and the two bosses did too. In the end, Jim walked out of the casino with a light heart, but the loan shark boss followed him, saying Jim had not only paid his debt, but also made an extra 100,000 euros. He wanted to give the extra money back to Jim, but Jim just looked at him calmly and said, "Save it."
Fottiti.